You cannot win the lottery if you did not buy the ticket and you engage in prayer and fasting. That is stupid superstition. This idea of prayer and fasting without action is completely misguided. You can pray until the second coming of Christ. You will nothing. The kitchen where they used to make manna in heaven was closed actually before Christ came into earth. So there is no more manna. By the sweat of thy brow shall thou rise. In Europe, the trade was anything between 70 and 75%, give or take. In Asia, anything between 45 and 55%. In Africa, 16%. Which means that if I am in Nairobi, Kenya, and I have a shortage of maize as Kenya, I look to Mexico and Brazil, not to Malawi, not to Tanzania. And that is notwithstanding that I have East African Community, notwithstanding that I have SADC, notwithstanding that I have IGAD, notwithstanding that I have COMESA, notwithstanding that I have ECOWAS, notwithstanding that I have the Maghreb and Central Africa. That is how we are wired to think that if you are in Maputo in Mozambique, or Luanda in Angola, or Cabo Verde, or Sao Tome and Principe, all your solutions come from Portugal. If you are in Equatorial Guinea in Malabo, your solutions will come from Madrid in Spain. If you are in the Democratic Republic of Congo, or you are in Bujumbura in Burundi, your solutions will come from Brussels. If you are in Nairobi, Kenya, or in Zambia, or in Malawi, your solutions will come from London. If you are in Benin, or Togo, Guinea-Conakry, or Cote d'Ivoire, or Dakar in Senegal, your solutions will come from Paris. That is where we were. But now there is new thinking. Only today, there's been a ranking of universities. They don't count for much because you never know what criteria they are looking at. But Makerere University is the 5th best university in Africa. The leading university in Africa is the University of Cape Town, followed by the University of Witwatersrand. But I pick Makerere because they say that one of the reasons why they are the 5th is because they are innovative. They came up with the solar bath and all those things. So I'm saying that the opportunities now are in the area of innovation and invention. It is artificial intelligence. It is cyber arena. That is where the opportunities are. Look at Bolt, formerly called Taxify. The owners of those technological companies or Uber don't have to own any car, yet they control even our two-wheel taxis, whether you call them Okada in Nigeria or Boda Boda in East Africa, or whether you call them Tuk-Tuk in East Africa or Keke in West Africa. Just the mind is the standard of the man. That is the direction. You don't have to have 100 hectares of land, and I'm not saying that you don't need them, but you can see where technology is taking you. You don't have to look for employment. And I'm saying that young people now have opportunities like never before. Go into the area of medicine. Rwanda has now demonstrated to us that you can deploy the technology of robotics and drones to supply medicine, so that your typical doctor now will not have to see the patient mano a mano, as the Spanish would say. It is not mano a mano, man to man. You can sit in Accra, Ghana, and your doctor is in Gaborone, in Botswana, or in Maseru, or in Eswatini, and they are able to determine what you are suffering from and to prescribe medication which is in Bangui in Central African Republic, and that medicine will be availed to you from Guinea in Conakry. That is the world that I want you to think of. That world is a world that requires you to think very differently. We are going to live in a world where somebody who owns a fast food outlet is Choppies in Gaborone, and you are ordering a hamburger or you are ordering egusi soup, and that egusi soup will be delivered to you in Kampala in Uganda, and you've ordered it in Gaborone. That is the new world. And it is only your generation that must think. You used to think outside of the box. Forget the box. The box confines you because it's always a point of reference. Think without the box. If you think without the box, you are thinking like inventors of the old were thinking. Look at the day when the law of gravity was recognized. Somebody sitting under a mango tree or is an apple tree and an apple falls. The natural instinct is to wonder how ripe the apple is and to proceed to consume it. But he did not think that way. He said, why did it fall down? Why did it fall down? Oh, you are Archimedes and you have gone into a warm bath in a bathtub. And when you sit in the bathtub and the water rises, you don't marvel at how warm and nice the water is. You ask, why is the water rising? And behold, the law of buoyancy is recognized. Your new generation must now begin to think totally differently. Whether it is in the area of the education, look at today. I'm sitting in Nairobi, Kenya. My good friend Shamil is sitting in Gaborone. Richard, you are sitting possibly in Accra, Ghana. Abuta Yogeto, you are sitting in Nairobi, Kenya. Susan Wamai, you are sitting in Nairobi, Kenya. Tausi is sitting in the United States of America. And other people sitting in Lisbon and in Luanda in Angola. I mean, you can have one teacher teaching the entire Africa while they are in situ, in Lesotho, in Maseru. So you can see how efficiently the world is becoming. And it's that efficiency that then makes us to begin to think in a totally different way. And yesterday, I was reminding my young audience at a high school graduation where the average age was 18. I reminded them of the great Nigerian writer, Chinua Lumogu Albert Achebe, otherwise known to the world as Chinua Achebe. And I told them in his famous book, Things Fall Apart, he talks and asks, where are the young suckers that will grow when the old banana dies? You are young suckers. And you cannot afford the luxury of thinking like we do. Your thinking must be disruptive. It must be disruptive and constructive at once, which is a contradiction in terms. It is the late Thomas Sankara Noel Isidore of Burkina Faso who said, in order to change the world, people must think you mad, but your madness must be organized. And I'm telling you that in the arena of entrepreneurship, you've got to think without the box. And there are no opportunities that can be described as scarce. We are now in the arena of the fourth industrial revolution. Very soon, we'll not be talking about the fourth industrial revolution. We are talking about 5G. There are people who are already thinking about 6G. Are you thinking like that? This is how you must think. On the 17th day of August last month, the African Union received the officers of the African Continental Free Trade Area in Accra, Ghana, with my good friend Wamkele Mene as the first Secretary General. It will bring down boundaries. These borders that you have will be artificial. I want young people in Bangui, in Central African Republic, to amaze younger people in Accra, in Ghana, and in Kumasi. And it can be done, and it must be done. I want, if I incorporate a company in Kumasi in Ghana, you don't need any other incorporation of that company other than for purposes of registration in Asmara in Eritrea or in Addis Ababa in Ethiopia. And it is going to happen in your lifetime. And is only fortune historically favors the vigilant. So whether it is in pharmaceuticals, right now I see vaccines that have been made elsewhere in Russia and others being deployed in Africa. Where are our young pharmacists? Where are our young engineers? Where are our young lawyers? Where are our young business people? Where business models are coming out of Harvard and Yale and Oxford? Nonsense. I want business models which are coming out of the University of Botswana, which are coming out of Kwame Nkrumah University of Agriculture and Technology, which are coming out of University of Nairobi, which are coming out of the University of Dar es Salaam, because they will be relevant to us. And I am glad that we are beginning to think in that direction. My good friend Tausi Swedi will tell you that out of the United States of America, she is impacting Africa, so that ideas have now demystified distance. 11,000 miles away, Swedi and her organization is impacting lives in Kampala, in Uganda, in Somalia. You don't have to fly. You only have to think, because René Descartes was right, cogito ergo sum, I think, therefore I am. And how do you think? You think in a manner that transforms people's lives. So when I hear young people saying that there are no opportunities, I am amazed and not amused.